There are people out there right now who are starting businesses.
Absolutely.
We know exactly what that feels like.
You're right in front of them, so it's like having a billboard that you're actually putting right in front of somebody's face.
When you're considering adding corporate apparel to your brand, these are some things that you should consider.
A lot of website companies, they build it and then they have the ownership of it, and then you don't. You want to own your website.
Welcome to the Marketing Compass Podcast, your guide through the dynamic world of marketing and advertising. I'm Nick Prentice with Blue River Digital. I'm thrilled you're here with us today, and I'm excited to have one of our newest team members on with us today, Bill Hayes. And we're just going to take some time to learn about who Bill is, his background a little bit, all the wonderful qualities that he brings to our team, and then talk about what it actually is that he'll be doing for you all.
Very good.
So, welcome, Bill.
Thank you, Nick. I appreciate it. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah.
I have a little gray around the edges, so I've been at it a bit longer than some of the people here, but this is a good young team, and I'm excited to be a part of it. I've been in the printing newspaper business for over 40 years in this area. I guess you could say I've got printer's ink in my blood, but I'm excited to see some of the ways we can branch out and do great different things for our customers, and that's what I'm here for, is to be that customer service people or person for our people.
Yeah. So Bill and I, we met through the Builders Association of North Central Indiana, BANSI. We're both on the marketing committee.
Correct.
There. At that time through his previous employer, and I obviously through Blue River. And I just noticed right away he was there before me. In a lot of ways, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So he was there before me. Actually, Bill is the current chair of the marketing committee.
That's right.
Along with a number of other committees that we'll talk about later, and other organizations, membership organizations. But one thing I noticed about you early on, Bill, is just your ability to connect genuinely with people, and how you get a lot of marketing people in a room, especially working with different businesses. It's really easy to get feelings hurt, and folks get upset, and people have a lot of opinions and things like that. Where in a committee like this, we really need to try to put the intentions of the committee first over ourselves, right?
Yep.
I just noticed how you did such a great job of leading our committee, and you're still doing a great job of leading our committee. And I just thought, wow, if Bill ever came available, it'd be great to invite him to join our team. And just through some conversations and nearing some transitional stages in your life, that opportunity came. So we're really excited. We made an offer to you, and we're thankful that you accepted it. But Bill, those are really the big reasons why we brought you on board here, because that's what we're looking for.
I appreciate that. I really do. It's I've always felt that in situations like that, it's important to be, and in any situation, even a one-on-one with people, is to listen more than you talk.
Amen.
The good Lord gave us one mouth and two ears, and I think there's a reason for that. But also not just to listen, but to listen intently, and to make sure what people are saying, you're gleaning what they're saying, not just some people listen and they're ready to talk. All they're doing is thinking about what they're going to say next, rather than listening to what the other people are throwing out there. And it's necessary to hear what all the independent individuals have to say about things, and especially in a committee like that, there's so many different ideas, and it's good to. I do like to bounce ideas off each other. Yeah. Sometimes that does end up causing the meetings to go rather long, but I mean it's not for an unimportant purpose. Let's put it that way.
That's right.
Yeah.
Extremely valuable.
I think so.
When as our own team here at Blue River grows and has grown over the years, we found it very important. Years ago, I was sitting in the sales position seat where I was doing a lot of the sales, and due to demand and needs of our customers, I've transitioned out of that role and more into the digital marketing space.
Right.
So where I'm digital marketing lead. And we have a team that manages the digital accounts for our customers and consults our customers in that. But we knew that it was drastically important for the success of our company. Looking back, this is how we got to where we are today, is by super serving our customers.
Right.
So that's really, I mean, I think sometimes the word salesman gets a negative connotation, right? And you are out there selling things, but really you are here to super serve
Correct.
our customers. Right?
The comment I think you made that really swung my thinking toward this is a great opportunity and a great organization was the fact that you said we want to be a blessing to our clients, and we want to be a blessing to each other as our team, but we also want to be a blessing to the client.
Yeah.
And that's sure that can be a good catchphrase, but there's definite truth to that. I mean,
There is.
we want to like you said, super serve them. We want to provide them with the proper material, marketing, element, whatever, or elements, whatever they
Yeah.
may be. And, make certain that if it isn't quite what they're wanting, we want to hear through what they really do want and how we can make it better. And, we do not want to have, we're not a fly by night. We definitely don't want to have somebody be totally frustrated with us. And, that would frustrate me even more than it would the client. We want to be as even and open as possible with whomever we're dealing with.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So some of those things that what it means to super serve a client to us, are going above and beyond. It all going above and beyond with delivering items and picking things up for folks at other locations and I think the key to all this is what you said is just listening intently. And taking those notes and bringing them back to the team is we've got a great diverse team here at Blue River. We've got graphic designers, we've got content writers, we've got video production people, we've got digital marketing specialists, we've got production folks, and a lot of those you've already seen on our series here, the Marketing Compass podcast. But all of that is kind of tied together by how we can super serve our clients and the role that you play. And being available to come on site to visit our customers, these business owners, these nonprofits, these churches that have needs, and really being able to step up and answer those challenges. But one thing that I've really enjoyed about our meetings together, especially early on, and I'm sure as most of you understand, early on when there's a learning curve and some training that happens, from going just from the print industry to now having a different type of print involved, but then 9 total departments that we have. There's a lot to kind of absorb and learn. But one of my favorite things that we've talked about when we're sitting down with our customers is that question. What is it that's making you pull your hair out?
Exactly.
How can we be a blessing to you? So tell me about those kind of conversations and what this kind of led to.
I think a lot of the time when we've talked with individuals, one of the things is getting the opportunity to actually sit down with people, and that is, I'm an old dog. I like to meet face to face with people.
Yes.
I know there's a lot of other opportunities, Zoom meetings, emails, that kind of thing, but I'm still an old school guy. I want to be face to face with a customer because you can really get a better feel for what they're wanting and desiring, and then we can also in the discussions find out what areas that they are struggling with, like you said, where there's say they don't get good service as far as ordering this type of thing or whatever. We can hear those. I don't even want to call them complaints.
Sure.
Just issues
coming
challenges.
out.
Challenges. That's a better term. Yeah, challenges, and be able to understand that. Okay, this is an area where we can definitely help you because we can, as you say, super serve them in that particular area, along with many other areas as well. We met with a client not that long ago. You and I did, and they were very surprised we could do all this, and there was a lot of things that they do that was driving them crazy. They did have the challenges, and they wanted, and they were so surprised that we could do that for them. And there's so many options like that for people. I mean, we're not necessarily the ones that want to come in there and take away their marketing people.
Exactly.
But a lot of times those marketing people are doing something, they're farming something out to somebody else. We can be that resource for them and can be there with that super service, like you're saying, without them having to have their hair being pulled out or having a stressful time with it.
Yeah. Well, we're strong believers that this is a partnership, right? So, like, oftentimes, And there we go again with saying, I say the same word a lot when I talk. I say oftentimes a lot.
Nothing wrong with that.
And those of you that are watching that have been in meetings with me, you're probably laughing right now because you're right. He does say oftentimes all the time. But oftentimes we in the industry we hear these kind of ping points of it takes too long to get the items done. The communication isn't as thorough as we want. Mm-hmm. So when we sit down with these kind of, I would call them discovery meetings, where we're sitting down, we're listening to your challenges, we're taking notes on this, because what we want to do is we want to come back with a custom process on how we're going to be able to super serve you. Right. Just yesterday, we sat down with a wonderful young lady who's managing a marketing team, a marketing company. Yep. for a manufacturing company. Yep. or multiple manufacturing companies. And she was just sharing, that this process takes too long, so I'm trying to figure out a better way to do it. And as a partner, that's what we want to do. How we want to bless you is we want to be a true partner with you and come alongside you, learn these common pain points that you have that are pain points, I should say. Yeah. These common pain points that you have and learn how to answer those objections for you so you don't have to deal with them anymore.
Exactly.
Because as a partner, we're an extension. We're an extension of this company. Yep. And my favorite part of marketing is how I feel like I'm a part of that company. Because we take so much time in researching and just setting up and processing all of the campaigns that we do, where we really do become experts in your business.
Exactly.
And I've done it before. I have worked expos for my customers and sold their products for them as a representative of them, because I do love them. I love their business. I care for them. And I can see that in you as well.
Oh, I think there's so many out there that may claim they do what we do, but all they're trying to do is line their pockets. They don't really, deep down in my book, I don't think they're caring for the client like we do. And there's too many people that are just solely money driven, and then that causes a potential problem. Now, granted, we're not opposed to making profits. I mean, we're a business just like everybody else is, but it's how you treat at least I feel, how you treat the customer when you're earning those profits. I mean, more often than not, I should say, any client I have dealt with, they don't have a problem with people making money as long as we're taking care of them, that kind of a thing. So I mean, it's so there's a balance to that whole piece, right? So I think every business owner understands that in order to stay in business, you have to have funds. If we want to be a blessing to people and continue to be a blessing to people, we do need to make money. But it needs to be reasonable. It needs to be fair. It needs to be something that I always say, and even as early as earlier this morning, I had this conversation with a customer about marketing expense. And how a marketing expense, you as a business owner, you can't afford for a marketing expense not to be an investment. Right. It can't be a bill. It can't be something that's just there. You're spending money for a reason. Yeah. You should get something out of it. Exactly. I think of marketing just like I would another team member. So when we hire a new person, a new team member, there's certain expectations that we hold them to. Certainly. We're responsible for doing this job for marketing. It's responsible for telling the brand story, and that by telling of that brand story, it should make you money, as your employees should make you money. Exactly. All that kind of goes into it as we the vision of why we do what we do. Exactly. I think my biggest challenge at the moment, being fairly new in the business, is learning some of the newer areas that, as I said, we've been in the print business for over 40 years. There's so many different options or other offerings that we have, other services that we can provide to our customers. It's me getting to know those services internally, so then I can also be out there and showing our customers what a benefit would be to try this and this and this, rather than just say, here's a print idea for you or something. It's not quite that simplistic, but
Sure.
you know what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah. So the beautiful thing about marketing, and I say that a lot too. I always say there's a beautiful thing about marketing. There's a lot of beautiful things about marketing, and I'm a geek like that. I'm a marketing geek, and I will admit it. I should probably get it, make a T-shirt for that.
You should have called this marketing geek or something.
There we go. That's just my little the lower third that comes up. Marketing geek. But one of the beautiful things about marketing is that no matter what platform you're on, the same methodology happens.
Right.
It's always about getting the right message.
Right.
Number one. Number two, in front of the right people.
Mm-hmm.
Number three, at the right time.
The right time.
So
exactly.
what platform you use to communicate that, right message, right time. What platform you use, that same methodology is the same no matter what. So in our industry, as you're out and you're learning about the challenges that they're having, all that you need to do is listen. And that's the wonderful thing. All you got to do is listen. And when you come back, we bring the challenges together as a team. Our team brainstorms. Our team puts together a marketing plan, and then we can execute. Because we're not just a marketing agency. There's a lot of marketing agencies out there that only do consulting or only do graphic design. Well, we do it all. We are a true full service marketing company from start to finish. We can consult you. We can help you a la carte, meaning somebody just needs some T-shirts printed. Right. We can do that, or
we can do the whole turnkey.
We can do the whole turnkey piece.
Yep. Exactly.
Well, Bill, this has been really fun, and I'd like to continue this, but I think we'll just take a short break.
Okay.
I love this part of the podcast. This is our product spotlight, where we just take a moment here, and I'm going to show you a quick video of a really fun project that we were just able to complete.
Last May, we were approached by Hall & Hall, one of our national clients, and they had a property that they wanted to help market in Virginia, and it had a lot of historical significance. This was the Clifton House, and it dates back to the 1700s and actually was owned by George Washington's family. So it was a pretty big deal. It was only about 60 miles from Washington, D.C. And so we did a lot of special design features for this auction. And actually, this marketing campaign won National Auction of the Year last year for Hall & Hall. And so we were pretty excited to have a part in that. We started with actually developing and hand drawing a logo of the actual front of the Clifton House, and then began to choose fonts and a styling that would lend itself to the historical significance of the property. And then we began to build out using professional photography and drone images. We began to build out the big marketing piece that also included custom location maps and also a custom aerial. The property was about 411 acres, and it was right on the border of Virginia and West Virginia. So this is kind of some of the projects that we really get excited about, just because of the vast opportunities of different types of marketing that we do. Graphic design, video, mapping. We help with a lot of the mapping and structure there. And to see that it won an award last year was really exciting.
Welcome back, guys, to the Marketing Compass podcast. Again, I'm here with Bill Hayes, and we're just going to continue our conversation around customer satisfaction and how we could super serve our customers.
In all the jobs that I've done, I have no problem going. Well, I'll have people ask me, "Why did you do that?" And it's like, it's the customer needs it. The customer wants it. This needs to get done. Yeah. I have, for a while I was in management, so I had salespeople underneath me, and I would never expect them to do something that I wouldn't also do myself.
Right.
And if I went the extra mile, I expected them to go the extra mile. And so that's, maybe I'm a sales geek. I don't know. Sure.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, that was already taken.
No, you're right.
You're right. Something else. Older sales geek.
Yeah. I to be honest with you, ever since when I graduated from college, I even told my advisor I didn't want to get into sales because I had that. For those who are really old, remember Herb Tarlick from WKRP, the TV show. He was your typical salesman. I didn't want to be that.
Is that the turkeys are flying one?
Yes, but he's the guy with the leisure suit and the bright white shoes all the time. Anyway, and I'm dating myself. Anyway,
I love that. That's a great.
I just didn't want to be that. Like you had said at the beginning, a salesman at times, or sales sometimes has a negative connotation.
Yeah.
And I never wanted to be part of that. But I got to realize that you can be in sales and not be that kind of a high pressure. And I always told my salespeople that, and I believe the same thing. I want to be able to go visit a customer. If they don't want to do anything, fine. I'll walk out. I want to be able to go back in there, because some people go in and no matter what they're selling, they will push and prod until somebody buys something, and then may never see that customer again. I hate that. I'll just tell you right there, I hate that. I would not do that. I'm not. And those people are nothing but money driven. I'm more success driven. Me success, them success.
Right. Exactly. That's one of the reasons why we brought you on, is because we believe that same thing.
Right.
When we're in a market like we are, and not that it is a better excuse for a bigger market, but we're in over 30 states right now, but right now we serve with 2 locations in north central Indiana here, Warsaw and Columbia City, and these markets are small. There's plenty of work. We're blessed to live where we are. We love living here, but if we went in with that kind of pushy mentality,
we wouldn't be here.
It just wouldn't work. There's not enough customers for that. No. We don't make money by printing 500 business cards.
Right.
We make money by printing 500 business cards every 6 months for you, for now until you retire.
Right.
It's about a relationship that we have.
Exactly.
We're in a bigger city. It doesn't matter as much. There's lots more businesses. You can go to the next business. But for us, we want it to be a partnership. We want it to be a relationship that we grow together. And we've seen it, and we've talked about this on other episodes too, is just how fun it is to see these startup businesses succeed that we're able to work with. These business startups are some of the most fun people to be around. They're contagious.
Yeah.
They're like us. We used to be that. We were a startup at one point 10 years ago. And we've been through what they've been through, and we've felt those pains as they grow. And just seeing their successes is something we celebrate, and it's exciting.
Right.
And over time, and we've seen it, over time, we grow with them to a point to where it makes more sense for them to hire an inside team. So maybe we're not doing their graphic design anymore or managing their digital marketing anymore, but we're still printing their t-shirts, because they're not going to buy an embroidery machine likely,
Right. Exactly.
But it's fun to see our businesses kind of grow out.
It is. And again, that is that success line where if we're successful, or if you're successful, we're successful. And we want to do what we can to make you that way. Not everything's going to work. It's not a perfect science by any stretch of the imagination, but it's that's what drives it. It drives me, and I can tell it drives this company. That's why I wanted to come join this company.
Yeah.
There's plenty of marketing options out there that you can slap something online and get something. You can get something really cheap and chintzy if you want, but you're not getting the service like you're going to get from here, and the ideas and things like that. We have so much we can offer to customers that is more than just clicking some website and submitting for your business card or something. You can. We just have so much more we can offer, and are very competitive in the pricing structure with it as well. And when you realize what you can get for all what we're offering, it's quite a great deal, if you will. And deal sounds like I'm selling used cars, and that's not what I'm trying to do. But you know what I'm saying is it's a great package.
There's a lot of value to it.
A lot of value. A lot of value.
Yeah, it's really for a medium-sized business, for the amount that it would take you to hire one marketing person, one marketing director, you can hire our entire team,
right,
to do that work for you. Then you have designers and copywriters and production specialists and everything.
And that's what I made the comment to the young lady we were talking with yesterday. There's a lot of places that have that, and we're not trying to displace those people. We're just trying to partner with those people, the marketing people they may already have. And we've gotten calls from places, or we've talked to places, and they say, well, we already have marketing people that take care of this. And that's fine. But they're probably sending that information out, like if they're ordering apparel, for instance, as an example, they're farming that out or shipping that out to somebody else. Yeah. Let us be your one source. How did I say? No,
source?
No, how did I say that yesterday? Your outsource resource. Outsource resource. There it is. Yeah.
There's your chance.
Yeah, outsource resource. There you go. Yeah. Sorry, I moved. Yeah. Anyway, I mean, there are so many options that we can encompass under our umbrella. Where if they're trying to do all these different things under their marketing person, again, we're not trying to replace the marketing person. We're trying to assist and partner with the marketing person to make it easier for them. Like you said, not have to. What are things that are pulling their hair out, or issues that they confront that drives them crazy?
Yeah. I mean, we want to be a blessing, and we believe one of the ways to do that is to be a one-stop shop. But it's also, we live here in North Central Indiana, and we are blessed with so many wonderful marketing companies that are what you would call a competition. Yeah. They're great people. They're great people that run those companies, and they may be doing a fantastic job for you. We're not here to say that you need to move everything over to us.
No.
If there's a place in your supply chain that is causing you some issues, then that's an opportunity for us to talk about how we can come alongside you and try to address those things.
Exactly.
And I would like to just point out too, that we're not perfect.
Nobody is.
We promise that we will try our very best on every project. We care, and I hope you all see that through these podcasts, especially since you could see our faces. There's a number of folks. I'd say about half of our customers are here and locally, and half of our customers are nationwide. So we don't get to see all of our customers every single day.
No.
But I hope that one of the messages that come across from this and our phone conversations and our video calls, our in-person meetings, is that we do absolutely care about you.
That's right.
And so we're going to try our best. And it hurts. I remember a lot of the mistakes that we've made and the projects that we've started, and it didn't turn out the way it needed to be. But we promise we'll do our very best, and we'll do our very best to make it right.
Yeah.
And we'll admit when we're wrong and when we've made a mistake. But I wouldn't want to take anything away from our some of our competitors here locally of other businesses that do work that we do, because they do a very, very, very good job.
I definitely wasn't trying to imply or impugn that some of them were that way, but there are times when it feels like there are people that are just out to get your money, and that's what has always frustrated me, and in the many years prior to this, even to this position I'm in, was a frustration that they're just coming in to take money, and hardly ever see them again. That's not we want to be partners, and partners don't walk in one day and disappear. Partners are there with you through thick and thin.
Yep. You're right. Yep. Yeah. So Bill, we've talked a lot about the relationship and the conversation, things like that. I would like to hear from you. I don't know if we actually talked about this. I'd like to hear from you. I don't want to put you on the spot either.
Good luck.
So print, where you came from. Now we have 8 more departments, 9 total departments.
Right.
What's your favorite so far?
Probably signage.
Print? Signage.
I'm enjoying the signage.
Signage is great.
That was my first big sale, if you will.
It was, yes.
And it was a lot of fun working with Nicole Waken Lake down there. That was a lot
awesome,
of fun.
An awesome opportunity.
It was. It worked out well.
What a great example too. That was your first let loose the reins, Bill. Why don't you go ahead and help her super serve here?
Yeah.
Super serve her. And boy, oh boy, if that's a testament to how our future is going to be with you, that's a great testament.
That worked out very well.
What did we get at the end? She gave us a 5-star review.
That's right.
That's wonderful comment. I mean, it was so nice of her.
Yeah, it was.
And that's what we're shooting for. We want that 5-star service.
Exactly.
Those reviews are so kind. It helps us. I talk a lot to our team about doing the things we love, and we try really hard to balance that because, like you said earlier, some of our internal mission is being a blessing to our customers, but also being a blessing to our team.
That's right.
And by how we can be a blessing to our team, one of those ways is making sure that we're earning projects that they enjoy, that they can be fulfilled in. Right. Now, with that, and what I've explained to our team, over time, is that we try very hard to earn those type of projects, but they're not all that way.
No,
there's some times where it's just grind. It is like, here's something that needs to be done, and we're gonna take this off of our customers' plate so they don't have to worry about it anymore, and we're gonna work through it. So when we get those nice notes, those comments on our podcast, the comments on our social media posts, the nice little emails and the 5-star reviews, man, that's great. And I tell you what, I share that with everybody. I share that with our entire team because they all deserve it. So
absolutely.
I remember when that came through, I took that screenshot and I sent it out to our team. Bill got his first 5-star review, and I'm glad you mentioned that one as
that
one
was
of your
a very
favorites.
special.
That was great.
Yeah, obviously it was my first big sale, if you will, and it was a lot of fun doing. And Nicole was wonderful to work with, and it everything worked out very, very well. And I'm sure that will happen on many other ones. I'm just we're developing. It's taking its time, and it's the old dog, new tricks kind of scenario, teaching this old dog some new tricks. So we'll figure it out.
Yeah. Well, signage is one of my favorites also. And I'm not sure, I think in every episode that we've had, I've said that this was my favorite. I really do love our company and love everything that we do. Our departments are awesome.
Yeah.
I love what we have. But signage is so much fun.
Yeah.
And all the different things that we can do with signage. I mean, you name it.
Yeah.
Print it on this substrate. Make it out of this. Make it this big.
Well, and I've loved the fact that you've always said that one of the greatest ways to sum up what we do, and there's such a variety of what we do though. But if you want your logo on something, we can do it.
Yeah.
And then whatever that would be, whether it's apparel, whether it's a sign, whether it's corporate promotional material, whether it's posters, I mean, you name it, we can put it on there. Obviously on your website, your digital. I mean, it all encompasses everything. Yeah.
Or if you don't have a logo yet, we can make one of those.
That's true too. That's true too. We're working on a couple clients right at the moment.
That's right. Yeah. So fantastic. So I think you answered this already, but I'll ask it again, and maybe you can give a different one.
Okay.
Because I was going to follow up with that, your favorite department, with your favorite project.
Okay.
You already mentioned that project. So
yes.
What's been your favorite project that maybe not even you've worked on your own, but as a team or conversation that we've had that's been your favorite so far? And you've only been here for a few months now, 3 and a half months.
Yeah.
So, anything that stands out to you?
Well, I know the one the AT&T project.
I was wondering if you were going to say that.
Yeah, that was a good project that took more intense working than I thought.
Yeah.
But it worked out very, very well, and the customer was very happy with the signage we put up. And again, it's a sign project, but
it is another sign project
down in Huntington, so that worked out well. And the potential. Could be
there
to be doing some reach. He asked if we could work in some other states doing these sign replacements, and we're still working toward that because it's something we can do. So we might be looking at branching out and doing some signage in other states. But it's if that comes to fruition, that's quite a quite a large undertaking, I guess is the best way to put it.
There's a lot to it, a lot of moving pieces. And anytime you work with a larger corporation,
right,
like AT&T,
right,
they have a lot of rules and a lot of requirements, and that we got to make sure every base is covered.
Right.
Not that we wouldn't do those kind of things for a small mom and pop shop, but they have certain rules for their branding and colors as choices, and they've found over the years that these are the best ways to do it.
Right.
So we found that with the specific products they were asking for us to build their sign out of, and the installation process was challenging.
Yes.
Old signage and new pan faces and those kind of things of trying to figure all that out. So it was a great opportunity to learn. You learned really quickly on that project.
Yeah, and and color's the biggest thing. I mean, they're
Oh,
removing all their orange and going to this black dark black color or whatever, dark gray.
Dark gray.
Yeah, it's very interesting that they're doing this nationwide apparently. So
custom 3M color.
Yes.
So it makes it a little more challenging.
Yes, it does. Yes,
but
it
we
does.
figured it out,
Yep.
and they're really happy.
Yes.
So that's exciting. That's great. Wonderful.
Yep.
All right, Bill. Well, before we wrap up, is there anything extra you'd like to add? Tell us about.
No, I'm enjoying working here, and I do want to super serve. I know one of the situations we did have a customer that was disappointed in something, and I made sure on a Friday afternoon to go out and make sure that we could accommodate what he needed and wanted. And so I don't mind doing things like that. I know we talked about, we want to make sure we don't get, we keep a work-life balance going strongly, and that's important.
Yeah.
But I also want to make sure that the customer, especially if a customer's a little disgruntled about one thing, that we can, if there's something I can do to make that disgruntlement go away, I'll do it if I can.
If there's a way to help, we want to do it. Yeah.
There's certain things that are out of our control that we can't change, or we certainly can't change on a short notice. This was something we could do in a short notice, and so we did. All right, we did. We took care of the customer, and again, that goes back to the whole customer service thing and super serving and not worrying and partnering with these customers, rather than, heck with them, we're not going to worry about it. And then we don't do that. I don't play that game, so to speak.
Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned that work-life balance.
Yeah.
That is really important to our team, Bill. And I that was one of the first things I wanted you to really understand, because I felt like you'd experienced some of the opposite in some of your previous employment positions, and all of our teammates. We try to explain that early on and make sure that they watch it. Wes is great for me. He's a great accountability partner for me when it comes to that too. Where if I'm still here at 6 o'clock, he's like, why are you still here? If you can't get it done in 45 hours, then we need to find a different way to do it, so that way we can make it happen.
Right.
Because as Blue River Digital, we believe that when it comes to work-life balance, it needs to be your faith, then your family, and then your work, and in that order. And if we do it that way, we believe that we're more efficient at work then.
I agree.
We're here, committed, ready to do our work on a mission, for a specific purpose. And we're driven, and we're excited to get the job done. So what that means is that we will super serve you. We're going to do our absolute best, but we don't typically work on weekends.
Right.
And we don't typically work after 5.
True.
We'll come in early. We do come in early, and start our days early so we can get all this work in. But we need to do our due diligence to work ahead for you as a customer, so that way you don't get in these positions where you need some help on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't mean that we've never worked on a Saturday.
No, and I don't mind, or I'm not. I guess I'm one of the things. I'm in a lot of different familial position than a lot of you all. You still have young kids at home. My wife and I are empty nesters. She works still, and so I have the availability to put in some out of the norm time. Again, I don't want to spend my weekends doing things necessarily, but I will do whatever I can to make a customer at least resolve a situation that if I feel needs resolved, I will be more than willing to do that.
Right.
That's more, I guess, what I'm saying is when I'm looking at beyond the norm hours, it's to resolve a situation that, again, is something that we can resolve, and it's easily resolvable. If that's
there's a way to get to it quickly.
Exactly. Yeah.
If we have the resources and the means to do it.
Right.
Yeah. This example was a perfect example. There's some miscommunication and needed a sign writer to go, or a sign frame to go with it.
Right.
I wasn't here at the end of the day
here, unfortunately,
at the Warsaw office. Columbia City office is 25 minutes away.
Yep.
You took the time to go there after hours, get it picked up and get it dropped off back over here, so they had it.
Right.
So that was something above and beyond that could be taken care of. Simple misunderstanding, and to go out of your way to help with that.
And see, to me, that's not really going. I mean, that's what I do.
Sure.
I mean, that's what we do.
Exactly.
I say me. That's what we would do as a team, and do as a team. That we super serve by going the extra mile, if you will, and the customer was happy that we took care of them that way.
Yeah.
So that's the way it works.
Yeah.
At least I believe so.
That's right.
There's a lot of places that you call in and you probably don't even get a person, and then you have to punch numbers until you finally get to. I've dealt with too many of that, and everybody's frustrated at times with automated stuff. But I'm sure there's a lot of times where you have a situation with a client or with a customer or the customer has a situation with the provider, they'll never get an answer until 8 a.m. on Monday or whatever.
Yeah.
If they call at 4:30 on Friday, forget it. Well, in this case, we were able to take care of the customer. So and
great, good job,
right.
great work.
When we try,
great work.
We all try.
We all try, and I hope that's clear through this whole podcast is that we do care.
Yep.
We're going to try very hard
Yep.
to make sure that you're successful. And you're happy and pleased with everything. So I think all of our customers that have ever worked with us can say that we do care.
Yep.
We do care. So
and if they're successful, we're successful.
that's right.
Yep.
That's right. So Bill, we're super excited for our future.
As am I.
We're excited that you're on our team. We're excited for our customers. We're excited for your futures, and excited to be a part of it. And I guess I want to thank you for taking the time out of your day to join us on this podcast and share with our great customers and listeners that are out there. Many of you may not even be customers yet, and that's okay. We hope this podcast has been a blessing to you, and that you can use some of this information on how you interact with your marketing companies, your marketing agencies, or your apparel providers, or your print companies, and how you can better that communication process there from what we've talked about today.
Yep.
So thank you for your time, Bill.
Not a problem.
And
You're
thank
welcome.
you all for listening to the Marketing Compass podcast. If you don't mind, please make sure you subscribe to our podcasts. We're on all the major podcast platforms. And of course, you can always check us out on our website at blueriverd.com. and find the podcast page there in the top navigation bar. You can there's a form there on the site where you can write us notes, ask us to talk about different topics, request to be on the show even. We're excited to start that up. We're going to be having some of our customers and vendor partners on so we can learn about their perspective of things as well. But until next time, you have a great week and go get them.